Well, hello again, everybody. Well, it's always a great day to be out riding, but it's a freezing day today. I don't mind telling you, but who cares? I got the Furious E-Bikes Road Warrior Ultimate here. It's big, it's bad, it's powerful, it's tough, it's all those things. I got a couple of specific tests set up for it, so I can't wait to get started. So we have two 60-volt 1000 watt motors, front and rear. Those will give 150 Newton meters or 85 foot-pounds of torque. That's a lot of power. Two 60-volt batteries, so 20 amp hour at the front and 15 at the back. Combined 35 amp hours, so that's 2100 watt hours of riding. And we had two 30 amp controllers. So all in all, this bike has got a lot going for it. So before we get out riding, let's check the rest of the bike out. And I've got to start by saying what a great looking bike this is. Look at that profile. So comfortable to ride, nice and upright. Now, it's got dual shocks. So on the front, you've got the RST guide. Love these. And on the back, you have a spring shock absorber, fully adjustable. So you set the compression here and you set the rebound here. But look at the attachments, the anchoring here. It is so robust. So you can rest assured we're really going to be testing this out on our ride. And with all the power of this bike and its weight, it's 130 pounds. So plus the rider, that's a lot, and you need stopping power. Tektro Dorado brakes. 4-piston caliper here, a lot of pressure on the pads onto this 203mm floating rotor. There's no brake fade. I've checked these brakes out, they're awesome. And while we're here, check out this cabling. It's very robust, very strong, both front and rear. You've got to love that. And look how they've really integrated the battery into the frame. I love how they've sculpted this here. It's a great look on the bike. Again, very strong at the back here. It's got the 52 tooth front crank, 1132 rear cassette with the Shimano Acero derailleur, and I love how they got the guard on there. Really good thinking. It's got true torque sensor pedal assist, which basically means that the power you get is proportional to how much force you put on the pedals. The harder you pedal, the bigger the power output you get. But also, what's not often spoken about here, torque pedal assist is very efficient use of the battery. And on to the rest of the bike, we got the Kenda Juggernaut tires, 4-inch. These are superb on the trails. And look at that light. That is super bright. That really lights up the road at night. On the back, we got the stop sign, stop light, and indicators as well, with brake light. 25 kilogram rack over the top of the battery here. The DDK seat. I just love this seat. You've heard me say it before. There's nothing better than this, in my opinion. So a quick look at the controls. So on the right hand side, we got the throttle twist grip next to the Shimano rapid fire trigger shifters, and on the left, on off for the bike, lights, left and right turn signals and horn, and also the settings for how you want to ride the bike and the set button. So as you can see here, I go from battery level assist 1 through 5, and if I press and hold the center one, I go from rear wheel drive to full-on all-wheel drive to eco mode, and then onto front wheel drive if I so choose. I'll just set that back to rear wheel drive. This display's got everything, speed, time taken on the ride, distance traveled, odometer, watts, volts. It's got everything you'd really expect on a bike. Now, one of the things I do want to show you is settings. So display settings, this one is quite simple. You're only going to set up your speed, whether it's kilometers an hour or miles an hour here. But if you move down to advanced settings, this is the one I really want to show you. You can see assist levels, and if I press and select that, now you can see level 1 through 5, that's your assist levels, and there's a percentage next to it. So level 1 is at 20, 2 is at 40, and 5 all the way up to 5 at 100. What that does is it allows you to set your assist level percentage-wise for how you want to ride the bike. 1 is set at 20%. I can set that at 50 or 60 if I want. It's just the way this is set, so it's a perfect combination to how you can tailor the bike for you. All right, all that being said, I think there's one thing left to do now, and let's go ride. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to be testing this bike on 2 trails. One of the trails is going to show the brute power of this bike, going up some steep hills in the forest, but some steep gravel hills. And you're going to see exactly how this bike responds to that. But the other trail is going to be one where we're going through some tight turns in the trees, narrow trail, and it demonstrates how you can ride this bike, how you can set it up with all the power it's got, you still want to be able to ride it on these fun little trails. And the third trail we're going to do is actually on the road. There's a steep hill, steeper than anything I know. So this will really show what this bike can do. Okay, so I'm now at the start of the first of our trails. So this one is the one that's level. It's got lots of tight bends, got some really good bumps. So this is going to be great for checking out the handling of the bike, the shock absorbers and the brakes. Now, it's personal. You can set up the bike any way you want. A trail like this doesn't demonstrate the power of the bike, but it's designed to show its maneuverability and its adjustability, basically how you set it up. Me, I always like to pedal. I always like my pedals turning, even going around bends, and I like doing that in a different gear to the 8th gear, which is where I normally ride. I never use the gears on an e-bike, but on this trail, I do. So I'm going to set myself up to 6th gear. Now, not too much pressure on the pedals. This is exactly what I like. I'm in battery assist level 1. I'm in eco mode, so I've got not too much demand on the motor in that sense, and it takes me through here so easily. Now, this trail, some people might say it's hard to follow, but I've just been through here 100 times, so I know it well. Now, just like this, just starting like this, casually riding through here, it's nice and easy. And the tighter bends are starting to come up right about here. Now this is where the brakes come in. When you go around these bends like this, pulling on the brakes, of course, means you're going to slow down, but also it gives you a momentary power supply cut, and which is great because you're pedaling, and then the moment you let go of the brakes again, you're connected. I know there's no lag with the torque sensors, but also like this, it is just a perfect way to ride. Again, it's personal. It's the way I like to set it up. This is absolutely superb. The brakes are just great. I can't say enough about them. I'll be demonstrating the braking of the bike a bit later, but on the trail like this, awesome. Now, shock absorbers. On the front we got the CST guide, like I explained earlier. And that is a great shock absorber. I've ridden it a lot of times. It's very robust. It's great for this bike. But the rear shock absorber, this is where I'm really starting to feel it. It is absolutely superb. It was adjusted at Furious e-bikes, and it's not set up for me personally. It's just set up by them, and I'm not going to mess with it. It's not my bike. I am returning it, so I just want to take it like it is. And I gotta be honest, it's set perfectly for me, but it is really good. Interesting thing going through here, you know, one of the things I'm starting to realize now, even with these smaller bumps, there are some bigger ones coming. Even with these smaller bumps, I know they're independent of each other, but there's a certain harmony that you feel with them both together. The bike doesn't bounce out. It doesn't do any of that. It just stays nicely controlled. Look at this going through here. We got some good bumps coming here, right here. Look at, oh, that is just amazing. The stability you feel going through here is incredible. And every time, you just have that great feel of control. You buy this bike for one reason, and you want adrenaline. You're not buying this to go grocery shopping. This bike is built for this, and the way you can set it up, it just works. It is, look at that, level 1, the acceleration through here. I'm at 32 kilometers an hour. That's all I want to do with the trees. You've always got to be safe. So going too crazy is something I don't want to do. Okay, so now we're on the second trail, and this is a trail with a very steep climb at the end, very steep. So it's similar to the other trail at the beginning, some turns and some straight flat bits to ride on, but I've got the bike set up. I'm in dual motor mode, full on dual mode, battery level assist 2. I'm in 8th gear, and we'll just pedal through here. This will be fine for now, but I will be using the power assist button in a moment. It gets really steep. All right, nice and easy through here. Some typical bumps. The bumps we felt on the other trail a moment ago were way more than this, of course, but this trail. This trail is awesome. Be careful here, there's a couple of ridges here where the water gushes down when it rains heavy. And you don't want to get your wheel caught in those, not on any bike. Alright, let's get around here. I'm only in level assist 2, and it's navigating this so easily. Now, steeper part of the hill here, I still only need 2. Look at this. Now it's hard to see, I get it, it's hard to see hill inclines, but I'm going to go to 5 now because this is a big one. Now we're going to get some wheel bounce going up here. It's going to claw away at it. You're going to feel it go around here. Look at that, it just wants to go. Incredible power. This is what this bike is for. This is just a breeze. I can knock it back a bit now. Take it down to 2, that's all I need here. More flat bit here, going down a slight bit. And then we come to a real steep part in a moment. The steepest bit. But the bike, the handling, again, through this trail and like the other. It's what it's built to do. It just feels great. And now coming up to the steep bit. Okay, I'm going up to 5. Look at this. Absolute piece of cake. That is so steep. Okay, going down. Now, I'm in level assist 1, and I'm going to put it rear wheel only. I don't need anything else for this. This is all just about brakes and shock absorbers and how this bike wants to take the corners. It's terrific. Downhill riding. Always be cautious, of course. Well, I'll tell you what, when you've got wheels like this, and a big shout out, these Kenda Juggernaut tires, they hold this bike so well. Feel that. That's just terrific. Holds beautiful. All in all, this bike is just a great ride. I don't know that I've ridden a better bike for this type of condition. It's a mountain bike, make no mistake about it. All right, so that's the trail riding complete, and now on to the road test. And you'll notice before we start, you can see the speeds match between my GPS and the bike. The bike speed is actually very accurate, so you'll see it lag when I do my speed test. The GPS lags always, but it does catch up. But by that time I'm slowing down. Anyway, it is accurate. So we're going to be doing a 3-in-1 test today. It's going to be, of course, the speed test, 2, the wobble test, and 3, the brake test. So what's the wobble test? Well, I've been reading about instability and wobble, if you will, on the back of the bike with the heavier bikes with batteries on the back. I've been reading that on with some manufacturers. So far, during the limited riding I've been doing on the road, I've not felt it, but we're going to check it out properly today. So the bike is all set up. We're in dual motor mode, full on, battery level assist 5, 8th gear. I like to pedal. Let's go. Well, what can I say about that? I think that was 63 kilometers an hour. That's just over 40 miles an hour, which is an exceptional speed. And the wobble test, I felt nothing. It's very linear. It just follows with the bike. No wobble there at all. Very stable. And as for the brakes, wow, they really performed. The bike's 130 pounds. I'm 255. So that's 385 pounds that this bike had to bring to a sudden stop. It did it. I could have really stopped harder. It's not my bike. I don't want to mess with the tires. But it's a very secure feeling. All right, on to the next test. Okay, this is the steepest hill I can find absolutely anywhere. I checked on the survey because it's not posted, and the steepest part of this hill is 18%, which is huge. You've got to consider that 12% is considered steep. So this is something. So I'm in 8th gear, battery level assist 5, dual motor mode. Let's see how this goes. Started with just a bit of power. Okay, here we go. This is crazy. 36 kilometers an hour, and we're not at the steepest part yet. We're coming up to that now. Okay, here it is. This is 18%. My God, this is so easy. This is crazy. 32 kilometers an hour. Slowing down, this is the bit now, right here. And I'm still at 30 kilometers an hour. Just slowing a bit here. But that's me getting out of breath. This is just incredible. The pure torque that you feel when you're pedaling, the power, it's just amazing. So here's a speed test, battery only, level assist 5, full on dual motor. So there you go, what a lot of fun that was. And I gotta tell you, it was freezing out there. I even switched out my regular bike helmet with my snowboard helmet, which is nice and warm for the winter. Yeah, it was that cold. Okay, so look, I threw a lot at this bike, some very specific tests, and I have to say it did not disappoint. Everything I threw at it, it was just sailed through it so easily. This bike is an excellent bike. It's strong, it's fast, it's powerful, it's all those things, and it's amazingly comfortable as well. So look, you've heard me mention I'm 6'2" and 255 pounds, so I'm a heavyweight. You may be much lighter than me. You may be 160, 170, 180, whatever it may be. And just to let you know, there are options available. Furious have got dual 750 bikes. So basically it's all down to power to weight ratio. If you're a lighter rider, maybe you don't need the dual 1000s. Maybe you do. Maybe you still want to get up there, but the dual 750s will give you the same ride that I had, the same results with your lighter weight. It just comes down to a decision really that you want to make. And you know what? You can always contact Furious E-Bikes and Lampro, and I'm sure they'll help you make that decision. They also have a step through available. But as always, I just loved everything about doing this test. It was a lot of fun. And if you did enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button below. I'd much appreciate it. But as always, please be safe out on your bikes, and I'll see you again soon.